Yo, guys, let me tell y'all something. I've been reading in this book here, but I've been actually taking my time. I'm like on Law 12, and I actually take my time because I write in my books. I take notes in my books. I write, I underline. Let me tell you something about these 48 laws. I don't know who think I didn't know stuff like this exists. And I'm a big reader. I'm a heavy reader. I was supposed to read at least, I want to say this quarter alone, 5 books. But I couldn't read the 5 books because my head is into this. It's like I'm taking myself back to school. I don't know who think of these things, the mind. And I like to study. I like to study, and that's why I'm in psych, because I like to study, because there's a lot of people that's out here in this world that likes to manipulate, and I'm slow. I'm slow when it comes to people manipulating and people who's trying to get something, and how they maneuver, how the world works. I'm slow. I really am. Because I'm too nice. They say, Tina, you operate in the empath zone all the time. Just being there, being a good friend. Um, I work because I'm a natural nurturer. So my thing is, I'm coming from a caring perspective, but my thing is, everyone don't need to be cared for. That's not my assignment, and I just take on too much. And to now, here I am reading books like this because I just feel like I'm lacking in some areas. But anyway, this is the law that got my attention. The very thing that I'm speaking about. Law 10, infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Okay? The judgment part of it is you can die from someone else's misery. Emotional states are as infectious as diseases. You may feel you are helping the drowning man, but you are only precipitating your own disasters. The unfortunate sometimes draw misfortune on themselves. They will also draw it on you. Like, don't help a man that's drowning, okay? Let that, because sometimes when you're helping the man that drowned, you're actually drowning yourself. It says, associate with the happy and fortunate instead. Let me read a little bit more about this here. It says, key to power. It says, those misfortunate among us who have been brought down by circumstances beyond their control deserve all the help and sympathy we can give them. But there are others who are not born to misfortune and unhappiness, but who draws it upon themselves by their destructive actions and unsettling effects on others. It would be a great thing if we could raise them up and change the pattern, but more often than not, it is their patterns that end up getting inside and changing us. The reason is simple. Humans are extremely susceptible to the moods, emotion, and even the ways of thinking of those with whom they spend their time. When they say, show me your friends and I'll show you your future, that's where I'm getting that from. It says, understand this: in the game of power, the people you associate with are critical. The risk of associating with infectors is that you will waste valuable time and energy trying to free yourself. Okay, let's talk about trauma bonding. Okay, I had a season where sometimes we trauma bond. We don't trauma bond with the people we're supposed to trauma bond with. We trauma bond people who's in struggle modes. We struggle bond with people who where we come from. Okay, and those people who we associate with. Let me give you an example. Be transparent. Okay, I had almost $27,000 saved in my savings account. But because Tina, she be feeling so lonely sometime, I like to hang around the real. And sometimes you're hanging around the real people, the people from your neighborhood, people from who you can associate yourself with. And here I am, the eagle flying that's supposed to be flying high, but sometimes I get down in the chicken coop sometimes. And I'm not, like I'm saying, I'm not perfect. I'm not calling nobody out. I'm just giving you just an example of where sometimes we can be flying and soaring in the air. But because we're lonely up there, sometimes we come dive down and we be down there with the pigeons and the chicken. Okay. And sometimes, like I said, I had $27,000 saved. But because of the people that I was hanging with, and oh, how to get this money here? Oh, how did that? They're talking down on their luck, and guess what happened? I'm talking down on the luck too. You know what I'm saying? It's because where I was. Okay, when I start talking like them and walking like them, guess what happened? My 27,000 started going into 23. My 23,000 started going down to 18. It went from 18 to 10. It went from 10 to 5. Okay? And it just, you know what? And it's just like I couldn't catch myself. I couldn't, my credit score was down 513, 539, 619. But let me tell you something. When I got by myself and I start filling my cup up the way it, because it was empty. It was empty. It was like I was pouring myself in a sack full of holes. And I was just being distributed all in one place, but within myself. Okay, so anyway, when I got by myself, okay, it's like I had to wash myself. I had to heal myself, lick my wounds by myself. All of a sudden, Tina credit score goes up to 619, 639, 725. Right now, 737 on its way on up to 800. My thing is this, now the savings is going back up. Okay, so I'm thankful for that. Trauma bonding. I don't care what nobody say. Good people, good people finish last. I don't know what it is. We're not supposed to help everybody. We can't associate ourselves with everybody because I do believe in transferring of spirits. All of a sudden, you're sitting high, you got this good job, you're doing well in life, and all of a sudden, here, you feel like you want to help people out. Like I said, I'm a natural nurturer. You're here helping people out, you keep in company with people, just like you want your goodness to rub off on them, guess what? What's on them also is going to rub off on you. Okay? So you're going to be getting the residue of what they got going on. Okay? When you get the residue of them and you be like, dog, what's going on? So you have to be mentally prepared and you have to kind of, I don't know, pray without ceasing. That's all I can say. Because let me tell you something, that transfer of spirit and that hanging around the misfortunate, and you know what? I like, hey, let me tell you something. I ain't have no gold spoon in my mouth growing up. And so I am who I am. And like I said, I like hanging with real people. I like getting down there. But you know what? I have to also catch myself too, because if I'm trying to go somewhere, I can't hang with the people who I once hung out with. I have to hang. I'm asking God to let's transfer this cycle here. I want to start hanging with people where I'm going. I want to hang out with people who's got a $50,000 and $100,000, $1 million in their banking account, because whatever that's rubbed on them, I want it to be rubbed off on me so I can soon drive my Mercedes Benz, my what is it, the AMG GLE. And you know what? I'm gonna put that out there because God knows the desires of my heart. That's what I want. I want my Mercedes. My thing is, I'm working hard to get my credit score up to 800 and 850. You know what? When I step in front of those underwriters, I want to be able to get whatever I want to. No, yes, if I worked hard and they say things come to those that only work hard, I've been working hard. I've been working hard to get myself to where I need to be. No more of this slouching and hanging with people that can't help you. And that's what happens. We hang out with people who can't help us or who can't direct us where we need to go. Power, 48 laws. Download chapter 10